This is the VIOFO A329S flagship dash cam that was released earlier this year. Quick disclaimer before I hop into this, VIOFO did reach out and send me this camera to review. That being said, all the opinions are my own. One of the things that sets this camera apart from the competition is this interior camera and how wide of an angle it is. So between these three cameras, the front, the interior, and the rear, you're actually getting close to 360 degrees of coverage because this wide angle is going to let you see out of these two front windows. Let's talk about parking modes. Having a good parking mode was something that was really important to me personally when it came to a dash cam. And the A329S has a ton of different options when it comes to parking modes. But what I'm most excited about is the hybrid parking mode. So with the hybrid parking mode, when I first turn the car off, the camera is going to go into an initial parking mode. That is configurable from anywhere from half an hour to 48 hours. Now, in this mode, the camera is powered on. I have mine set up to operate on a motion detection system. So if I turn the car off, basically from this point on, if it detects motion anywhere in the front or the rear, it's going to start recording for me. Now, after that initial hour or whatever you set the timer to, the camera's going to cut into a low power impact detection mode. The camera is essentially off unless it detects impact. And that means if I shake the car, the camera is now on within 2 seconds and it is recording. So this means basically between all of these modes, you essentially have 24-hour coverage in the event something happens to your car. And of course, I couldn't do a review on a dash cam without speaking about the quality, right? So through the last 3 to 4 weeks that I've had this thing installed and through all the testing I've done in a variety of scenarios, I've been really impressed with the quality overall. The front camera is recording at 4K and then the interior and the rear are both recording at 2K. Through all of my testing, I honestly am very happy with all of the images, regardless of whether it's at 2 or 4K. All three of these cameras are equipped with the Sony Starvis 2 sensors. I'm not really a huge tech buff when it comes to image sensors like that, but what that means is this thing's gonna perform in all conditions, and that includes nighttime. So what you're looking at right now is the interior camera at nighttime in its night mode. So I mentioned I have tested this camera in a ton of different scenarios, and this is another really good one. Last week when I started filming this video, it was fall and we're basically now in the depths of winter, it looks like. So this is what it looks like at night on a nice snowy night. And as you can see, the images are actually really good for nighttime. And you know, that's partly because of the HDR mode that I have enabled and also just those Sony Starvis 2 sensor that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So in terms of storage, you have a couple options. The first one is the good old-fashioned trusty microSD card. You have the microSD slot here on the right-hand side. This is the one that I've been using just out of convenience and, you know, out of habit. Now, the second option is one that I haven't used yet, but I think I'm going to do in the future, is you can actually use a external SSD, and the A329S supports up to 4 terabytes of storage with that. So you can plug an external SSD into this thing via USB-C, and that's going to allow you to store footage for a few weeks probably before you have to worry about either dumping or, you know, start recording over the previous footage. Over the last few weeks that I've been testing this thing, I've been constantly pulling footage off. I've been working on the video, you know, so there's been a lot of me swapping the SD card basically, which is the first method that I'm going to talk about. You can hot swap this SD card, so I can actually pop this out and pop another one in without needing to turn the camera off. Just pop that microSD out and pop another one in and you're back to rolling. Now, the second option, which is actually really convenient, is using the VIOFO app. This app is going to connect with the dash cam via Wi-Fi 6. Once you're in the app, you can click this button on the bottom left here. That will take you to a gallery view of all of the footage that is stored on the card. And it's really intuitive. You have different filters here. You can look at, you know, the locked footage. You can look at parking footage. I just want to show you how fast it is to actually download footage from the app to your phone. If I go to select here, I can pick a couple clips. I'll pick some bigger ones just to showcase how quick it actually is. So this one's 106 megabytes, not small, right? And then I'll pick a 50. And then if I click download here, you can see how quickly, like that was like 4 seconds, I think, that it downloaded a 106 megabyte clip to my phone. From what I read, I think with the Wi-Fi 6 and the VIOFO app, you're able to download footage at up to 30 megabytes per second. So those are the two kind of main options that I know of. Now for the $1 million question, or in this case, the 700 Canadian dollars question, 500-ish American. Is this camera worth the money, and would I recommend the A329S dash cam? After my 3 to 4 weeks with this thing, living with it daily, testing it in a variety of different scenarios, I would say that this camera is 100% worth the money. Obviously, it's not the cheapest camera on the market. It is one of the higher priced cameras you can buy. But just given the fact that it does everything really well, you have 4K 60 on the front camera, you have a really nice hybrid parking mode that basically is gonna give you 24-hour coverage, and you also have that ability to use an external SSD up to 4 terabytes for storage. Overall, I couldn't be more happy with this camera. It does everything really well. And if you have made it this far, I really appreciate you, and I hope you found this review a little useful. If you are planning on buying a camera from VIOFO, you can use my code JA329S in the VIOFO store on Amazon to save 5%. I'll throw that in the description below. But again, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.